Hawak-hawak ni Muhammad ang empty cup ng instant noodles na para bang ito ang pinaka-importanting bagay sa mundo. Ito na lang ang only connection niya sa babaeng nagparamdam sa kanya ng kakaibang kuryente. Ito na lang ang tanging naiwan sa kanya from that moment at hindi niya hahayaang mawalan ito ng saysay. Tumingala siya sa langit na nagsimula ng magkulay orange dahil sa sunset.
No, this isn't a dead end. This is just the starting line.
With a new sense of determination, sinimulan ni Muhammad ang kanyang aaminin niyang halos imposibleng mission. Ang mga sumunod na araw, naging routine na niya ang pag-asa at pagka-disappoint. Ang buhay niya, na dati ay all about sa strict discipline ng flight training, ngayon ay may iisang focus na lang, ang mahanap siya. Pagkatapos ng duties niya sa academy, instead na umuwi, didiretso siya sa area kung nasaan yung bakahla, habang ang puso niya parang laging kinakabahan na excited. Naging systematic ang paghahanap niya. Pinapasok niya ang bawat shop, pharmacy at maliit na cafeteria within a 2-kilometer radius. Pero pare-pareho lang ang nangyayari.
Excuse me, I'm looking for a woman. Asian woman. Filipina, I think. She might have a small black butterfly tattoo on her wrist.
Sorry, sir. Many Filipinos here.
Sagot ng isang clerk sa mobile shop na mukhang aburidong-aburido sa buhay.
Okay, let me be more specific. She wears a gray hoodie, a cap, sunglasses...
Sir, in this heat, many people cover up.
Sabat naman ng isang mananahi na hindi man lang tumingin sa kanya. Feeling niya, para siyang naghahanap ng multo. Ipinaparada niya ang BMW niya malapit sa bakhala. At maghihintay ng ilang oras, hoping na makita niya ulit ito. Pero wala. Yung tindero sa bakhala, pag nakikita siya, ngingitian na lang siya na parang naiintindihan ang pinagdadaanan niya. Yung init ng Abu Dhabi, parang lalong nang aasar sa kanya habang nilalakad niya ang mga kalsada. Yung mga mata niya ay palaging nag-i-scan, naghahanap ng pamilyar na itsura. Pagkatapos ng isang linggo nang walang nangyari, nakaupo siya kasama ang childhood friend niyang si Ali sa isang cafe na may magandang view ng marina.
You look like hell, man. Seriously. Did they add a how to look like a zombie course to your pilot training?
It's not the training. And please, I didn't ask you to come here to make fun of me.
Let me guess. It's the ghost. The Noodle Cup Princess of Corniche. Any luck, or are you still just interrogating innocent shopkeepers?
It's not funny, Ali. I can't find her. It's like she vanished. I've been everywhere. I wait for hours. Nothing. It's driving me crazy.
Nakita ni Ali na seryoso talaga ang kaibigan niya, kaya nawala ang pang-aasar sa mukha niya.
Okay. I'm sorry. Look, Muhammad, I know you. When you fixate on something, whether it's a flight maneuver or, well, a girl you met for 5 seconds, you go all in. But maybe your strategy is wrong.
What do you mean? I'm searching the area where I saw her. It's the only logical thing to do.
Is it? Let's use some logic here, future Top Gun. You're a hunter, but you're hunting in the wrong territory at the wrong time. Tell me again, what time of day did you see her?
Around 4 in the afternoon?
Right. And she was buying instant noodles. Quick, easy food. What if she wasn't just starting her day? What if she was ending it? Or just waking up to start it?
What are you getting at?
I'm getting at the fact that Abu Dhabi has 2 timelines, my friend. There's the 9 to 5 world, and then there's the nightlife world. You've been searching for a daytime ghost. Have you tried looking for her at night?
At night? Where?
Where do thousands of Filipinos work at night, providing the entire city with its pulse? The hotels, man. The lounges, the pubs, the bars. They are full of Filipino bands, singers, staff. They work till 2 or 3 a.m. They sleep all day, waking up at 3 or 4 p.m. for a quick noodle snack before getting ready for a gig. It fits the profile perfectly.
No, I don't think so. She didn't seem like that type. She seemed quiet, timid even.
Timid? Muhammad, you saw her for less than a minute and you couldn't even see her face. She was wearing a hoodie, a cap and sunglasses. For all you know, she could be the lead singer of a death metal band.
She's not.
You don't know that. Look, you have two choices. You can keep chasing your ghost in the daylight and go crazy before your father marries you off to Miriam. Or you can put on a nice shirt, go to a few hotel bars tonight and see if your angel has a microphone in her hand. If you really want to find her, you have to try every possibility, even the ones you don't like.
Tumagos sa isip ni Muhammad ang sinabi ng kaibigan niya. Tama ito. Masyado siyang nag-focus sa image na binuo niya sa isip niya. Desperado na siya at si Ali ang nagbigay sa kanya ng unang matinong lead in a week. Dagdag pa ni Ali.
Some of those bars open as early as 3 p.m.
Tumingin si Muhammad kay Ali at dahan-dahang tumango.
Okay, I'll try.
Nang gabing iyon, iba ang kaba na naramdaman ni Muhammad. It wasn't the same feeling he gets before a solo flight. Nagpalit siya ng damit. Instead of his usual kandura, nagsuot siya ng isang dark, well-fitted polo shirt and trousers. Feeling niya para siyang impostor habang naglalakad sa lobby ng unang hotel na nasa listahan niya. Ang ingay sa loob ng bar, puno ng mga turistang nanonood ng football. Umorder siya ng sparkling water at naupo sa isang sulok, nakatingin sa empty stage. After an hour, isang DJ ang nag-start, hindi live band. Umalis siya, yung pangalawang lugar naman, sobrang sosyal at tahimik. Parang library, hindi bar, walang banda. Strike 2. Nawawalan na siya ng pag-asa. Yung hope na naramdaman niya kanina, paubos na. Tiningnan niya ang relo niya. Halos 11:00 ng gabi na. He decided to try one last place na nabanggit ni Ali, isang spot na kilala sa live entertainment, the Rhythm Lounge. Pagpasok niya, iba agad ang vibe. Mas chill, mas intimate, at ang mga tao nakikinig talaga sa music. May banda sa stage, at ang galing nila. Nakahanap siya ng table sa likod. Nakita niya ang banda. 3 lalaki at isang babae sa gitna na kumakanta. Dahil sa dim lights, hindi niya makita ng klaro ang mukha ng singer. Pero may something sa kanya, sa way niya na mag-perform with quiet confidence. Napatitig lang siya, parang na-hypnotize. May nararamdaman siyang kuryente, a flicker of recognition na hindi niya ma-explain. Nakarating ang kanta sa pinaka-climax nito. Binuhos ng singer ang lahat ng emosyon niya sa huling pinakamatinding high note. At habang ginagawa niya yon, inangat niya ang kanyang kanang kamay at napahawak sa mic stand. At that exact moment, tumama sa kamay niya ang maliwanag na spotlight. At nakita ni Muhammad, sa right wrist niya, may tattoo, isang maliit at itim na butterfly. Napahinto siya sa paghinga. Ang puso niya, grabe, parang kumakawala sa dibdib niya. Ngayon lang niya naalala ang isang crucial na detalye. Sa bahkala, noong inaabot nito ang cup noodles sa estante. The same moment na nagkahawakan sila, bahagyang umusod pataas ang manggas ng hoodie nito. For just a split second, sa ilalim ng fluorescent light ng tindahan, nakita niya ang tattoo sa wrist nito. Bago ito natakpan muli, isang butterfly.
That tattoo. It's her. I found her.
Let's give a huge round of applause for the amazing Malou, everybody. She's flying solo for the Buddies Band tonight, as Samantha is feeling a bit under the weather. But Malou is rocking it, isn't she?
hindi na pumasok sa isip ni Muhammad ang pangalan. Ang tanging nakikita niya ay ang babaeng may butterfly tattoo sa kanang wrist. Ang babaeng halos 1 linggo na niyang hinahanap. Ang anghel niya. It was her. Siguradong sigurado siya. Nahanap na niya ito.